Welcome to Kevin and Tenisha's Mix It Up.
Well, we're going to discuss everything from our family and friends. Oops.
You need to...
What?
Don't sound like you're in the auditorium.
I just tried to do that.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Kevin and Tenisha's Mix It Up.
Where we're going to discuss everything from our similarities and differences.
Family and friends.
Son and daughter.
Home and work.
And how it all impacts our marriage, parenting, relationships, faith, and beyond.
Let's mix it up.
All right, cool. So to kick this thing off, we really just want to give everyone an introduction into who we are and why we are and what we are all about. So just to jump right in there, Tenisha and I, Kevin, we met 16 years ago in 2004 and pretty much have been in some sort of relation throughout that time ever since. We were boyfriend and girlfriend in high school. We broke up and got back together and did all those things that young kids do, and ended up riding it out. Found our way back to each other, got married in 2011. So we've been married for 8 years, going on 9 years. We have 2 children. We had our first son, Gavin, in 2012. Our daughter, I said our first son, like we had a second son.
Like we have more than one son, yeah.
No, we had Gavin in 2012 and Ava in 2016, our daughter. We've had a handful of dogs.
We've had 2 dogs.
We've had 4 dogs, and we currently have 2 dogs, and we won't talk about what happened to the other 2.
Please don't. They're traumatizing.
We didn't kill them. They're not dead. I don't know why it's traumatizing, but and we've had a lot of stuff in between. All of those big life moments have been, there's been hundreds of small mini life moments where we have had to figure things out and learn and grow and cry and laugh and all of that. So that's what we really want to share with everyone who's listening. And this is going to be a time for us to work on our communication to hopefully help others better their communication as people who are in a relationship, marriage, or etc.
I would say this is more of a time for you to work on your communication.
I disagree. I'm a great communicator. I have a communications degree from a university that I will not give any free pub to. For no other reason than
it provided you with inadequate skills to communicate. I would agree with that.
No, mainly because they
call you every month asking for free
police
money.
Department tried to arrest me a couple times for no reason. But we'll probably get into that at some point over this podcast. Sure. So to kick things off, first question for you is, how did we meet?
We met at the park. You were there. I don't really know what you were there doing, but my grandma made me go with my uncle. Side note, my uncle and I are 6 months apart, so it's not like super creepy. And he was there with his friend, and I didn't have anything to do, and he was just there, so we just started talking. And then somehow he migrated over to my grandma's house and spent the night. And he just continued to reappear.
I was persistent. I made it happen.
Oh, okay.
I knew right off the bat.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry this girl one day.
Awkward.
She had a nice velour suit on. Nice little velour shorts on with a sweater in the middle of the summer. I mean, a terry cloth outfit.
It was terry cloth.
I don't understand why those were ever a thing.
That was big. And I had my Melissa's on.
I guess it's funny because whenever you, it's like wearing a gym sweat rag. Pretty much, you could just sweat,
It's like wearing a
and
towel.
it's like wearing a towel. Yeah, that's my favorite part of the gym when I go
Oh,
once a month.
oh, yeah. Let's
Once
not.
every couple months is when you get real hot and you get to wipe your face with a terry cloth. And I think of you the first time we met. So when we met, what was your first impression of me?
My first impression of you was he's nice.
That's a great first impression to have.
That's the first impression. He's nice. He
Gotta be
has
the nice
pretty
guy.
eyes.
Yeah, that makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah, they change colors. They go from green and gray.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you ended up spending the night at my grandma's house, I was like, this is weird.
Well, I was just hanging out with a good friend of mine, and you just happened to be there.
Yeah, awkward. Just weird. And then we had to play this game. And I remember playing this game and I was super embarrassed. Do you remember the game?
I don't remember what game it was, but I do remember playing a game.
It was like a taboo or something.
They played that a lot.
And I had never played it. So.
Reading wasn't your strong suit. So whenever it came around to you, that was...
Well, out loud at least. But yeah, so then I got super embarrassed and then I just ended up going upstairs and I never seen you again until the conference.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when I had spent more time with you.
But I did get your number.
Yeah.
Before then.
Yeah, you did.
Mm-hmm.
Not. You got it at the conference.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, that was only like 2 weeks later.
Well, here or there. So that was like the first time we spent together, and my first impression was was that you were nice and you had cute eyes.
Well, my first impression of you was zing.
Stop it.
I'm trying to holla. I just thought you were beautiful. And back then I was very
Short?
no, what?
Oh yeah, and I did remember how short you were.
I thought you were tall. But you had a nice smile, a nice figure, I mean, I don't know that you were nice, a nice person, but I easily put all that to the side because all the other things I was really attracted to as a 15-year-old young nice man with pretty eyes. So I knew I had to pursue it because all the other girls at my high school were taken.
Oh.
And all the cold ones had
kids.
Nah. They had significant others already that I was friends with. So I had to expand my boundaries, and you just popped up one day at a park near downtown, and I wasn't even supposed to be there. I was just somebody else's ride. Somebody was using me for a ride.
There we go. I couldn't remember how you got there.
Yep. And we were just there for no reason, but there was a reason. Praise God.
Praise him.
So, from then, yeah, we just kind of started talking and somehow got into a relationship.
I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So Kevin would have like these random girls call the house. And
my other girlfriends.
That's how we would talk. I'm sure he probably paid them in McDonald's.
I just gave everybody rides because I had a car and a parent that was willing to drive us places. So
yeah, that was very persistent. I guess so.
So as our relationship developed over this long period of time, who was the first one to say I love you?
You told me like the second phone call. Super awkward.
I knew. When you know, you know.
It was so awkward.
When you know, you know.
I guess.
I thought that would be a way to hook you. Hook and bait. It worked.
I didn't tell you I loved you until we became.
Like last year.
Yeah, genuinely last year. It's like until we became boyfriend and girlfriend. So we talked for a year as friends because I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend. And when we became official, that's when I remember telling you that I loved you. Because I always said if I couldn't be your friend first, we couldn't be in a relationship.
So I was a really good friend. I used to stay on the phone. This is back in the day when people used house phones.
Yes.
We both had house phones, and we would occupy the house phone line every Saturday for about 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And all my friends made fun of me, and I was unavailable for them because I wanted to be on the phone with you. And it worked out. So as we're friends, dating, in this relationship over the course of our high school career, our college career, our adulthood, what do you think the best gift that I ever gave you was?
It would have to be the iPhone because the way you did it,
balling.
I was still in high school.
And she had a track phone.
And I had this awful track phone.
A trap phone.
And
She looked like a...
It was awful. And so
Everybody at school thought she was the weed man.
Stop it. No, because I never took it to school. And so he got it activated and wrapped it, and see, this is how this is how they set you up, like all this prestigious things and effort that they take when y'all dating or whatever, just to trap you. And it rang, and I'm like, what is that noise?
It was on Christmas.
It was on Christmas, and it was the phone. He had bought me an iPhone for Christmas, and it was great. It was very great. It was intentional and thoughtful.
iPhone 3G.
Now he just be throwing my gifts under the tree unwrapped.
No, you get mad at me for wrapping gifts. I'm like, no, I'm wrapping the gifts because you don't want to wrap my gifts.
Right. So yeah, that was the most impressive gift or memorable gift that he ever gave me.
Well, my favorite gift was my white tees and Reese cups. That was a great gift. And in high school as a young man, you couldn't have enough $5 white tall tees or Reese cups. So
I mean, that's what you
I think that was
wanted.
The same year. So
that was the same year.
I got her.
I was on a budget.
I got her an iPhone 3G, and she got me white T-shirts and Reese cups. Probably 3 white T-shirts to be exact. So
I got you a camo one too.
So we're talking about $25 worth of.
Okay. So I mean, I didn't start cooking for you until we got married. So what was the first meal that I ever cooked for you?
First meal you ever cooked for me, I can't call it. I would imagine it was some sort of... Do you remember?
This ain't my question.
I would imagine it was some sort of mac and cheese and chicken based thing. I probably wasn't that good. I know that for sure.
Okay, so the first meal I cooked for you was enchiladas.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
You remember the first meal I cooked for you? It was before we were married.
Yes.
It was on like Valentine's Day or something that at my mama's house.
Yeah, it was chicken. And
Tyson chicken.
Chicken rice.
Frozen Tyson chicken.
Yep, and chicken rice and
10-minute rice.
And it was some kind of vegetable.
The vegetables was in the broccoli.
Broccoli,
there was
yes.
broccoli in the rice.
Yeah, it was that. And it was awful. but the chicken was definitely overcooked and dry. But I acknowledge your effort.
I made it happen.
I can tell you the worst meal I've ever made, and I think you would second that.
Meatloaf.
Yes. I
Boy.
cannot make a meatloaf.
Ever. No kind of meatloaf.
I made this one.
Regular meatloaf, turkey meatloaf, veggie meatloaf, soy meatloaf, chicken meatloaf. All meatloafs
I cannot.
are awful.
It was the turkey meatloaf that the knife wouldn't even cut through.
Man.
It was awful. But I am a good cook
Mm-hmm.
now.
When you want to be.
Yeah.
Thank you for mixing up with my mom and dad.
So, in our relationship, who would you say is the funniest?
Not you.
You haven't made me laugh but once in this podcast.
Okay. Kevin's not the funniest. I would say in this relationship, we compliment each other.
Okay. I'll let you have that one. So what would you say is your most embarrassing moment?
I feel like I have weekly embarrassing moments, so I don't really know. My most embarrassing moment? I don't know. Do I have any? I think it takes a lot for me to be embarrassed. I can say there was an embarrassing, like you did something that embarrassed me.
When was that?
It was when we were dating, or we were engaged, I think. I don't remember. I just remember you running out of the back of my parents' house and chasing a deer. Like, that was the most embarrassing thing you have ever done. Because I was just like, why is he chasing this deer? And you're screaming at it.
That's hilarious.
That is not funny.
I think everyone else remembers that as a hilarious moment.
So embarrassing.
And you were embarrassed.
Yeah, I was definitely embarrassed.
You're embarrassed by my funny. That's why you don't think I'm funny.
Thank you for listening to Mix It Up with Kevin and Tenisha. Make sure you listen, like, and subscribe. Follow us on IG at Kevin and Tenisha.
Before we wrap this intro episode up, we want to induce. Both of them were induced. But we want to introduce the two most important people in our lives. And we'll let Gavin go first. And say, introduce yourself and say a little bit about yourself, son.
Okay.
You gotta talk into the microphone.
I know. I'm Gavin, and I like drawing. Someone saying my name?
Yes, Teray is yelling your name on the iPad.
Oh. Hold on. Gavin! Hold on, I'll be right back.
No, you can't be right back.
I'm gonna tell her I'm doing. Okay. So, and I like music. I like games and.
Let's ask Gavin, who's more funny, Dad or I?
Probably, like, Mom.
Mom makes you laugh more, not because she has good jokes.
Yes, I told you.
So, how old are you, Gavin?
I am 7.
Okay.
Going on 8.
Hey. Cool. Well, thank you, Gavin.
Thanks, Gav.
So, I like.
What's your name?
My name is Ava, and I like to watch Gavin talk to Leia, and I love Bobo more than Dad.
You love Bobo more than Dad.
And I love Taco Bell, Bobo Games, and Taco Bell.
What do you like to do for fun?
For fun, I like to play with my friends.
Okay.
You want to shout out any of your friends?
So my friends are Gracie, Lacey, Ditsy. Ditsy always sends it down. He always gets me on my butt.
Dixie licks you on your butt. Dixie is a dog.
Dixie's a dog.
Ditsy is a dog.
How old are you going to be?
4
When's your birthday?
in April 5?
April 6th.
April 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
That's
it. All right. Thank you, Ava. All right. Well, those are the kids. That's the family. And that's us.
Yeah, so we just wanted to give you guys a little intro to who we are and kind of how we met and the dynamics of our relationship as it continues to grow and we continue to learn each other. I will say no day is the same in our household. That is definitely true. We hope that you guys continue to tune in and listen to our lovely Mixing It Up.
That's what it's called.
Our podcast. Let's mix it up.
That's not what it's called either.
Let's mix it up.
Nope.
Mix it up.
Mix it up.
Oh, and I hope you stay tuned to our podcast. Mix it up.
Hey, all right, peace.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. Bye.